Alright guys, it's gonna be like an update to my car and what I have done to it and the new mods I've done to it since last video you guys kind of seen it. This video is gonna show like all the new things I've done and an update on it, on the car. I'm gonna show you the stuff I did to it, and maybe you can kind of get an idea of how I did it with just showing the stuff I have done to it, and I'll kind of explain like where it routes to and stuff like that. And yeah, let me get started on this video and show you what I had done to my Kia Optima right now. So yeah, we're gonna start in the engine bay. I mean, all I already have done is the Cxracing intake, and all I did was change the filter to it to black instead of red. This is pretty new, you guys haven't seen the videos. I have a TurboXs Bov valve. I bought it off a friend that had a Genesis Coupe 2.0, and it bolts right up, so I kind of got a good deal on that. And then to show you my catch cans, I'll remove this so you can see where the lines run and stuff for this catch can. And then for that one too, I could kind of remove, I'm gonna see if I can remove the cover so you guys can see it. So now that I took the cover off and the intake snout thing, I can show you guys more. So this is the catch can. I got a bracket off like Home Depot and then just drilled holes and mounted it to the bracket of the battery. And then, so I believe this is the in and then this is the out of the catch can. So the in comes from the intake manifold, and you can see the line runs here under the intercooler piping, and then it's right here and connects into the intake manifold. And then the return line, the out for the catch can, runs here back into the intake and into like the turbo, and catches all the excess blow by on this side. And then I have the one over here next to the coolant, like the washer fluid. And so then, yeah, this is the in and then this is the out. So this connects to the intake manifold here by the cap of the oil. It goes here, gets the excess blow by, and then goes back into the system that runs under the intake manifold and back into the car's engine. So the next part's gonna be hard to see, but I installed the trans cooler so I can keep my temperature down while I do like drag races and stuff like that. So you can kind of see that in the right there, you can kind of see it, that black thing in the back. So you can kind of see it there. Then you see the hose that's connected to it. Yeah. And it has the inline, yeah, right there. And then you could kind of see it through the latch on the left side right there. Hold on. Maybe even under here you can see it. You can see the brackets there that I made for it. And it's up there, that black thing. That's the trans cooler. So all I do is just connect the line that runs from the trans cooler to the radiator. That's the original cooling system of it, as you can see here and here. This is the in, I believe. I take that back. This is the end of the trans cooler, how it comes in from the trans. This is the return line. So this stays, you remove the return line and you plug this side. This goes down into the trans cooler that connects over here. And then once it returns, it's this hose I have here. And it goes into the transmission that's under the battery, you can't really see it. But this hose goes back into the transmission right here, and it helps cool down the temps. So like that, I don't mess up my trans or overheat it or anything like that. And then of course on top of all of that, I'm tuned by BTR, and all I had to do was swap the ECU. You guys can see it on my old videos, well, older videos, and how I did it. I have a video of that. And then, well, the thing I did change recently was the spark plugs, because one of them ended up blowing out on me. And I believe it's my fault because I never checked the gap when I bought the spark plugs. So I kind of just put them in there, and they had told me they were pre-gapped, so I didn't really check them. I ended up blowing one, and instead of having to wait like a week or two to get a replacement, I just bought Autolite Xp5701 from O'Reilly's, and so far they've been a good replacement for the HKS ones. And like that ever blow, I can just easily replace them and go to O'Reilly's. And then that's pretty much it. And besides the exhaust, but I've showed that in the exhaust video, and it's basically a 3-inch axleback exhaust with Summitracing mufflers and then dual tips. Now that I'm in the back of the car, I can show you the exhaust. I've even started another video, but I can show you better since the car is off. I bought dual tips, 3-inch inlet and outlet. The only way I was going to be able to make them fit. 3-inch piping all the way, well, axleback version. Just the Summitracing mufflers. Yeah, so right now I just have the axleback version, well, my custom version of an exhaust. I plan on doing the mid pipe next, because I want to get rid of the cat, and I know it will unlock more power. So I know I need to do that to get more power, and that's kind of my main priority right now, to remove the cat and then get good tire setup. But I'm probably going 17s in the front, like a 17x8.5 or a 17x9 to run like a 245, 255. And hopefully get better traction at the track, because when I went, as you can see in my recent videos I posted 3 videos of me racing at the track. I was happy with the results. My fastest time was a 13.5, which I think is pretty decent for just intake blow valve exhaust pretty much, and it's not even a full exhaust. So I think it's a pretty good time for what I have done to the car with just a tune. So I hope to maybe break high 12s with removing the cat and maybe resonator, depends if how I feel about the exhaust note. So I need to do that for sure, and then better tires, and hopefully I can break high 12s, and then I'll be really happy. Then after that will probably be a full like front mount intercooler. I honestly been looking at the Cxracing. I know it's like cheaper material, you can say, that's what people say, but that I've seen it does the job. So I'm probably gonna go with that, and I'll probably just replace the shitty blow valve it has and put a better one to just, you know, cut that blow valve flange and maybe weld like a HKS one or something like that, so I could run HKS. And that's pretty much it for like full bolt-ons that I want to do. And then after that I want to do meth, but that I know won't be anytime soon, because I don't see it being necessary yet. So yeah, that's kind of it for mods. I'm gonna show you guys right now what I use for gauges and be able to like tell the data of my car. So I'll pop that up right now. All right, so I'm gonna show you right now what I use for gauges. This is the torque app. In order to run this, you gotta run an OBD2 Bluetooth adapter thing. So I have that here, and that's how my phone connects via Bluetooth to here, and it communicates with the car. So you just go to like real-time information. This is the full version. And then I also had to buy the Kia EX app, which is this red one, Advanced EX for Kia, because then it lets me have more gauges that are meant for my car. So like right now it's read 0 because the car's not on, but I'm gonna turn it on right now. So you see it turns on no problem. A lot of people like to complain about BTR and stuff, but so far it's been good to me. So no check engine lights, no nothing, you know. And the car is cold and stuff, so that's why the gauges are gonna read pretty cold right now. It's been sitting for like 2 hours. So coolant gauge 122. This is my oil temp, the oil for the engine. Technically my boost, it's in vacuum right now because it's not in boost right now. Air to fuel ratios, my volts for my battery, short-term fuel trim, long-term fuel trim. That's my temperature for my transmission. Intake temperatures I pay really close attention to when I was at the track, because if it was at 100 like it is right now, I wouldn't bother running, because it would just, I would hit high 13s and almost 14s. So I just didn't want to even do it. It was a waste of a run, so I wouldn't do it. Here is if it detects any knocks. That is just when I have it for like automatic. This top one, it's just so when I have it in automatic, it tells me what gear I'm in. That's my wastegate volts. Just have it just to have it, not really that important. Those are the main gauges I run. That's what I use to gauge my car. It's really accurate, and it's what I wasted $10, $5 for the Pro app, Torque Pro app, and then another $5 for the EX Kia app.
$10, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 gauges. Instead of running like a gauge pod that runs here, which I didn't want to do because I thought it's pretty ugly. So that's what I'm running for gauges. It's pretty good, it's neat, cheap. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my car. Interior wise, it's pretty stock. I haven't done nothing to it. And one thing to do, to take note at the track, when I went to the track and I ran my 13.5, it was all these mods. I dropped the air temperature, the air in my tire, the PSI, I dropped it to 30. When I got there, it was at 35. So I know maybe that had a playing factor. And then I also did remove my passenger seat. It's easy to remove 4 bolts up front, 4 bolts in the back. And then there's like 3 sensors. You just have to disconnect, pop the seat out, and that's it. And I had no passenger seat. That easily weighs like 40-50 pounds probably. So yeah, I didn't bother removing the rears. But that's how I ran my 13.5 at the track, and hopefully I hope to break into the 12s, high 12s by the end of this summer. So yeah, that's pretty much for this video. Leave a comment to see what you would like to see of more of my car. I really like modding this car. It's pretty fun. It's a sleeper, nobody expects it. So yeah, more videos to come. Hopefully break high 12s by the end of the summer. All right guys, see you later.